Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and Iratus, Wrath of the Necromancer on Eternal Harvest 5, the greatest difficulty the game has to offer. We resume our journey at the end of the mercenary barracks. We shall breach the catacombs and put an end to whatever trifling magical experiments the humans have managed to concoct. But before we do that, I have a tip courtesy of Scott from last time. Thank you, Scott. And he pointed out the way that the ignition stacks work in Iratus, which is something I never really pieced together for some reason or another. When you apply an ignition stack with the Ashes of the Burned Witch, I'm assuming this works the same way for the Crowpaw. The first application is basically snapshot. So for example, Israfel has more initiative than Red Sonja. So if, for whatever reason, Israfel has damage multiplication that affects her ashes, and say her ashes deal 20 damage per turn, whereas Red Sonja's deals 18. If Israfel goes first and applies those however many stacks that deal 20, when Red Sonja next goes and applies her stacks to the ashes, it will still do 20. It just adds more stacks to the first amplification. What? It adds more stacks to the first application. So, in reverse, if Red Sonja were to go first, the stacks would be 18, and then Israfel would use her ability, and it would still be 18 even if Israfel's damage is 20. Does that make sense? So, we want to abuse this, like all things. My favorite thing in the world is to break the game. This isn't really breaking it, but fiddling around with it. So I've been thinking, how do we get a singular entity to increase the damage of the Ashes of the Burned Witch? Well, we need a Hero's Blood. The Hero's Blood increases all damage you deal by 100%, and makes you immune to all damage in the first turn. So my idea is to make our third Fallen Dampier have the Ashes, which we currently have in our inventory, and the Hero's Blood, and max out her initiative while leaving Israfel and Red Sonja at just +1 or wherever they are now. We'll have that third Dampier go first, apply the Hero's Blood version of the thing, and then just absolutely destroy people. So that was an interesting trick. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter, I suppose, because ultimately we are going to have a Blood Phantasm in the good old Baron slot to just multiply off of the applications of ignition. It really doesn't matter how much damage they do when we just, obliterate someone. But I thought that was an interesting trick. Thank you. I appreciate your explanation. And on the note of the Dampier, you can see up here on the right we have 407 Digger Souls. Not a lot. That is a lot of Digger Souls. Part of me actually just wants to hold on to them and see how high this goes. Like, does this cap at 999 or does it go into 4 digits? I don't know. But we probably aren't going to find out because we will be concocting a third Fallen Dampier soon. TM. Not sure when. When we get a good item, probably. So without further ado, let us penetrate the catacombs. Buried just beneath the surface are the Catacombs, the dark secret of the Order. Here they train mages so that they can conduct sinister and dangerous experiments. It was always meant to stay a secret, but recent necromancer troubles have let knowledge of this place slip into the public. Making matters worse is that the mages were never expecting an attack from below, let alone that the attacker would be undead. The Grand Magister has made his judgment. Instead of standing with the sorcerers, he sealed their tunnels and called back his paladins to the highest level in order to prepare a defense. The spellcasters would fend for themselves in the face of Iratus, where they will either prevail or buy the Grand Magister some time to muster his veteran knights for a decisive battle against the forces of liberated evil. Oh my. We have a diagonal map. Huh. Well, as always, we'll take a look at what RNG has provided us after our very first combat, which is triple Spell Thief. Wow, what a blessing. So these are the Spell Thieves. 13 initiative, huh? Huh. These are one of the only enemies, I believe, that can manipulate your mana. And it's very annoying. They also reduce your spell power, but all things considered, they're not that dangerous. They do have 77 luck, though. Holy crap. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I've usually ignored the Spell Thieves. And by usually ignored, I mean completely ignored. But they do have some pesky attacks where, like, they throw their knife near at the third or fourth target, and it can really catch you off guard. So, that's something to be concerned about.
Take everything from those you defend.
And as I said, they do like to drain your mana pool, which is super annoying. I almost exploded again with the horned one. See, there goes all my mana. That stuff isn't free. I have to drain it from the souls of the dead. And then drink it like a nice little cocktail.
Savor these last few heartbeats.
Ah, our +1 block, +1 ward is gone. Oh well. It was useful while it was here. So, are you dead? No, not even a little bit. Okay. But hopefully you're dead now. I was thinking about how we're going to move forward here when we have this third dump here. Like, do we go triple dump here,
Gonna leave a mark.
Bone Golem, and just have the horned one here as defense? Or do we go Reaper, triple Fallen Dump here? Now, obviously the latter is a lot more aggressive, right? The horned one doesn't do much.
Is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilization.
Besides, obviously, take hits for our lovely ladies. But the fact that he can apply block and ward is a huge deal. So I think it might be a little greedy to replace him with the Fallen Dump here, but we might be able to make it work. We might be able to. But that is all musing for later. Let us take a look at what the dark gods of RNG have bestowed upon us, shall we? Now, interesting to note here, we could go left and then up, but we can't go up and then left. I'm pretty sure that's how the rules work. Like, because this is going down, that means you can't branch off into it. So, actually, hold on. That doesn't work. What game does that work in? One of the games I've played, you can like click on a distant objective and it will show you knock on the coffin lid. That's the one. Okay. That's the one. And I have some sad news about knock on the coffin lid. The team Red Boon, the Red Boon team, they've had some tremendous team decay. They've lost a lot of their team over 2020. So I don't know what the future of Knock on the Coffin Lid is. They're still working on it, but they just wanted to. They shared with us that they are not looking good, which is very sad to hear because I think that game has a lot of potential. But back to Iratus, there are way too many graves on this map. Holy shit, there are a lot of graves. I hate graves. So what we really want here, we want an item. We're looking for, the Coward's Foot's nifty, and I guess we could take it. Coward's Foot, Hero's Blood for that shenanigans that I talked about earlier. Nails of Pain, I guess, would be okay. I really want the Funeral Coin, but I don't think you can get the Funeral Coin on the 4th floor. So, we could also try and roll some altars. There are a lot of altars on this floor, but like I said, if we go north, we're we are sticking to this path. If we go north, there's only one path we can go. And if we go left here, we can kind of do a little bit of a ziggin and a zaggin. A little bit. A tiny bit. Just a wee bit. I'm thinking We could hit up some artifacts. What's our artifact situation looking like? It's not bad. This is not a bad artifact situation. Golden Rose would be sweet. Can I even get the Golden Rose right now? I don't know. That would be sweet. Decisions. I do really like zigging and zagging. We can zig here. Maybe? Probably not. This floor is not in the mood to zig and zag. Triple altars if we go north. North has a lot of variety, even though it does have a grave. Alright. I do not see many opportunities for a zigzagging, so we're just going to go north. We're just going to go north. Kid vets, I hope you're ready. You're going to get sacked. Rings galore. So we have the Ring of the Apocalypse. Iratus gains 15 spell power. Okay. The Imprisoned Souls. After a victory, Iratus gains 40 mana for each enemy that fled. A good mana battery. I have never really liked fleeing strategies. As I mentioned, if an enemy... I think I've mentioned this before anyway. If an enemy flees, you should get full experience, but you will not get parts because you didn't kill them. But if you do like the whole idea of enemies fleeing, the Banshee's passive, her feature, makes it so that enemies are more likely to flee. And she can make it even more. So, something to inspect. In the Ring of Decay, at the start of all combat, enemies lose 1 block. For the sake of stacking stuff, I'm going to pick this.
I can use this.
Does this goes over? Yeah.
It embellishes my undead features.
So, I'm just thinking in the future, there's a potential artifact setup where we just... where we just destroy block and ward. Speaking of block and ward... Why you do this to me? So we're going to move our composition around a little bit. We're going to bring the Baron up, and you'll see why in but a moment. So we're going to be fighting triple living armor, perhaps one of the more annoying enemies on this floor. Ow. Alright, so here they are, the triple living armor. They are immune to stress attacks. They do not escape. They have a 50% attack until the battle ends each time Iratus casts a spell. Wait. Hold on one darn tootin' minute.
Carve open their husks.
When I was thinking about this, I was dreading fighting the living armor because I was pretty sure they were immune to ignition as well. But they're not. Alright. That was why I moved the Baron up too, so that he could do this. That's what I wasn't meant to do. I meant to do the W. Uh-oh. Wait, you're not going to die for this, are you? No, good. Ow. It hurts so bad.
Make them suffer.
Alright, you should be dead now. That's a lot of stacks. Just move back.
Strength through pain.
Just move. Imagine if I had pressed the W and they had both lost their ward. That would have been great. Oh well. But anyway, this is a lot better. I thought they were going to be immune to ignition. We'd be here for all day trying to kill them. We'd have to wear them down slowly. But no. Everything is hunky-dory. Ignore everything that I was complaining about. You know, most of what I was complaining about.
There will still be enough left to reanimate.
170. That is not enough damage. Not enough damage at all. Wonder how this works.
Death predestined.
Oh, right. Remember last episode I mentioned that the 4th floor has enemies that can scale off of you using talents, and that I was totally, absolutely going to trigger them. Yeah, I remember that too. But, fun fact, these features work just like the hourglass. They proc, and then the spell goes off. So, if you ever mess up, you can just use Dispel. They'll get their feature, and then it will go away. It's so nice. I appreciate
this is my kind
video
of
game
entertainment.
Now, we need to finish up with the appreciation and move on with the killing. The killing must commence. Because I'm afraid we may die. That would be fine. See? Perfectly fine. We took a little bit of damage here, but no biggie. I wonder if I could make it so that... Probably not. I'm trying to get it so that the Baron gets the kill, but I'm pretty sure... Oh, I think we did.
Another
Nice.
step towards my eternal kingdom.
So we got to the Vulture's Feather. The mini receives 16 luck, 18 accuracy, and 12 evasion when an ally dies. Now, Cutavet's actually pointed out something that I had never considered with the Vulture's Feather. It would require quite a bit of setup, which usually those builds aren't very good. But, I digress. With the Vulture's Feather, this insane amount of evasion could make it so that you could actually have a tank shade. Plus 12 evasion, it caps at like 50, right, for you? Ish, 50-ish. So, like 2 or 3 stacks of the Vulture's Feather, and maybe the shade will evade enough to counter, and with all that luck, maybe his counter will crit more often, and he'll actually deal damage. There's some potential there. So, it's at least worth a thought. It's more than I had considered, so thank you, Kid Events, for your crazy idea. Perhaps it's worthy of a meme send-in someday? Don't know. But anyway, Red Sonja is going to be receiving some vigor, because I hate dying. The good Baron is at 10 points. What are we doing for you, my good Baron? Attack. Greed. It might have been responsible to put 1 in armor and 1 in resistance, but what part of me is responsible? And for the Horned One, max vigor. You love to see it, especially since we haven't upgraded anything for you yet. He's still all uncommon. Pity. We're saving up for blood magic? Okay. We need 2 more points. Sounds good to me. And we are now sacking... But before we do that, let's do this. Toss 1 of them. Boop, boop.
Skeleton will clean up this mess later.
Skeletons always get the hard jobs. Kirvets, show me something fantastical. Like, say, a hero's blood. Ask and ye shall receive. Does that mean I have to make the Dampier now? I don't have a name for the Dampier. Okay. Well, we have a hard fight ahead of us,
now
actually.
Make mortals tremble before me. Well, even more than previously.
We have a hard fight ahead of us, but I'm still going to use the book, of course, to give us additional experience, because I don't care. And I think we're going to put on the Talisman of Power to give us just that tiny bit more of oomph. We have before us a Warden Living Armor, the Spell Thief, and a Sorceress. Let's see if we can chunk this down, shall we? So the reason why this is a challenging fight is that freaking sorceress. So, she has made it so that her allies deal 30% more damage. It's very annoying. The sorceress is the support enemy for this floor. She escapes to use the final remaining member of the squad, much like the Oracle and the Bard of previous floors. We, of course, have encountered the Living Armor before and the Spell Thief. But new to us is the Warden. The bane of my existence. The Warden has only one feature, and it is that he is immune to debuffs. This includes curses, ignition, stuns, armor removal, resistance removal, and all sorts of things. You can remove the Warden's armor with the Lich's thingy-maboober, the Lich's corrosive cloud, but that's the only way. Guess I'm just going to purge that buff. I need to kill the living armor.
Ooh, I hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
I don't remember exactly how the sorceress... She heals and she buffs. That's all I remember. Which could be problematic. Could be. I'm going to delay. Yeah, she does that. Okay. No biggie. Probably have to swap Red Sonja and Israfel here soon, TM. Think I can kill the living armor? Probably not.
Extinction of life.
I'm not sure how I could. There's the heal, but we should be able to kill him. Ow, that hurts. Okay, so he's dead. I'm gonna kill him. Oof. So he should just be dead. There should be nothing that the sorceress can do. So we're gonna reposition here. Bring forth Red Sonja to take some hits. And we'll begin, I guess, killing the Spell Thief. What do you do? Buy one ward. So even through this heal, the living armor should die. Even though I procced his thing, but that's just damage. This should be enough to kill him. And according to my quick math, it is.
This never gets old.
I'm going to put one block on Israfel just in case the Spell Thief decides to throw his thingy at her. It'd be very rude. But something that it would do.
Terror will overflow.
I think I'm going to reap it. Baron, show me your damage. Damage has been shown. Alright. Now we just have to win the battle of attrition, which shouldn't be too hard. We just bring down the sorceress, and then we slowly kill the warden. Killing the warden is going to come down to our Dampiers, who can ignore armor. That's basically it. I appreciate that you're doing nothing but healing your friend. That's pretty nifty. Pretty nifty, lady.
Your frail bodies fail you.
Just get some healing on the Haunted One. Oh, no. How unfortunate. Hey. No fleeing allowed. So I'm going to have to... I'm going to delay. I have to interrupt this stance because it reduces his damage taken, which is really annoying. But hey, that's what we're dealing with. So now we're going to be using Unerring Lunge, which ignores armor and block. to deal a minuscule amount of damage. I'm going to restore some mana so we can Infectious Lunacy. Oh, you're going to hurt me. No, we're fine. We're fine.
Take everything from those.
Oh, you're fleeing. Huh. It's so weird seeing enemies flee, because I usually have the Shackles of War equipped. But okay. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Oh, the Morgenstern. All enemies lose 22 evasion. That's pretty nifty for countering various... Oh, we got the Ring of the Apocalypse. Very nifty for countering very specific enemies, but usually I just take the damage over that. That's not surprising, is it? I hope that doesn't surprise anyone. We're going to be grabbing mana here. More mana. We have Living Armor, Warden, Elite Sword Mistress. Okay, that's fine. What are you talking about? That's fine. Everything will be a-okay. I've been thinking more about the third Fallen Dump here. And with the Hero's Blood, we can actually pretty safely be in the first position. At least for one turn. At least for one turn being the stipulation. So this is the Elite Blade Mistress. I call her a Sword Mistress. Same thing. She is perhaps the most frightening enemy on this floor. The new 2-position enemy is also horrifying, but the Elite Blade Mistress has always been scary. She ignores resistance, but that's not the scary part about her. Remember the heavy fire thrower, the dwarven thing that moved forward and then killed you? She is the same thing. She's going to be moving forward, but instead of being defensive while doing it, she's going to be throwing her swords at you. And once she reaches the first position, she's going to enter a stance called Executioner, and it does, as you might expect, a lot of damage. Like, it is not a small amount of damage. It does a lot of damage. So, we're going to take this opportunity. I wanted to Infectious Lunacy so bad, but we're not going to.
My kingdom comes.
We're going to be responsible. We are going to focus the Blade Mistress. She is our priority. Blade Mistress, Living Armor, Sorceress, Warden. Because the Warden is a battle of attrition. They might be asking, if you can interrupt stance to safely, why are you really afraid of the Blade Mistress? At the start of the next turn, deal 250% damage to a random minion in the first or second position and moves them to the back. Does not miss. No. No. And now we have a new problem. By interrupting one stance, any attacks to himself from an ally. Okay, so it's not positional.
This will be your end.
If it was positional, we could have started hitting the... What was that? Cowardice. If I do this, will you You know what? We'll just delay. Just let him make his move. We'll let him deliberate his life choices. And then we'll stop them. How much is this? Not as much as I would like. It is enough to kill you, but if the sorceress has anything to say about it, it might not be. Ow. So Israfel will...
your frail bodies fail you.
Try and put an end to that, while Red Sonja will begin the Demahe. See? I told you. 190? Okay, you're dead. Good. Good. Wunderbar. Hopefully the Warden doesn't do anything stupid like, I don't know, become inspired. That would be really unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, if he triple attacks Israfel, we are in big trouble. So we're going to use this to reposition. If I use the spell, he'd be buffed, so I don't want to do that. I actually thought about that turn for a second. I'm proud of myself.
Perish.
Because old me would have just booped. Are you dead? One. Yes. Nailed it. We're going to delay again. Yes, do that. Whatever that is. Not removing or not healing the living armor. Do that. That seems like a good idea. Does the sorceress have any attack abilities? I don't remember. I legit don't remember. I guess I could check. But this is an example of turn order being really important.
No mercy.
I guess I can Infectious Lunacy now. Oi. Who said that you could escape? Hmm? Because I don't remember saying anything about that. Pretty sure she's dead. Yep. Bye! Now for the fun part. Did I say fun? I meant the war of attrition. This time I'm going to Infectious Lunacy.
Madness manifest.
Plus 27.75% damage.
Ah, your frail bodies fail.
And it's still not much. You know what? Maybe not having the Shackles of War isn't so bad after all. Enemies fleeing is like a whole new experience. I might have been able to kill him with the Scythe of Oblivion, but I really don't care. If he wants to run, fine.
A predictable outcome.
Let him live his coward's life. Alrighty then. With 4 points, we can obtain Blood Magic. When Iratus has 100 Wrath, he receives 36 spell power.
I embrace this fury.
Like I said, this kind of just comes out of nowhere because I'm usually not paying attention to Wrath, and we have a pretty Wrath-intensive build, so it's unlikely we can easily achieve this. But we do have Wrath potions we can use if we feel like bumping ourselves up to 100 for whatever reason. It's just nice to have. Now the other thing here is Battle Eternal, and I don't remember if I talked about this, but I don't like Battle Eternal. All units recover 50 Vigor. Spell power increases Vigor restoration by 1%. Now it says all units, I'm pretty sure that means both friends and enemies. And, not a fan of healing my foes, but beyond that, it's 75 mana. That's a lot of mana, and sure, it could save you a creation. But how fast does 50 plus 30 Vigor go? That's 80? That's like one hit, if not less. So I don't know. I've never liked Battle Eternal. Not once. So now that we have the Blood Magic, we could go to Stoke the Flames. I've never actually taken Stoke the Flames. All minions receive 10% less damage for 3 rounds. Spell power improves it. It is less spell power improving than Infectious Lunacy, but it could go away to keeping us kind of sort of safe. But I think our best bet is to finish out the Alchemy Tree, grab Luck Potion and Calcination Mastery, and then head down towards FOD. Again, I'm not interested in making a FOD build, but it is a pretty big deal when it comes to killing very, very high priority targets that have a lot of blocking ward. I'm not sure why Israfel has 17 stat points, but with them we're going to be upgrading her Vigor. Ta-da! 1, 4, 3. And now we're going to sacrifice another Killer Vets. I'm already pretty happy with your contributions.
Inspiring leader, but irrelevant for the armies of undead.
Like, I asked for a hero's blood, I was given a hero's blood. So what more can I ask for? A coward's foot. It would have been funny if it was the foot. But a crowpaw is also an excellent item. We have given that to Red Sonja. Just because it's scaling stuff. Scaling all the buffs. Living Armor, Warden, Blade Mistress, and Elite Blade Mistress. Why?
It embellishes my undead features.
Why you do this to me? So what are we doing with the Horned one? Armor and Resistance. Okay. He can also use some initiative. I guess I'm going to keep the thing of power equipped. The amulet of power. Sure, whatever. Okay. Oh, me. I hope no one is surprised. Please tell me you cannot guard from there. Okay, good. Because I can't interrupt this. I hope no one is surprised that the mistresses are going to be our priority target. Look at that. They have 200% accuracy and 100% luck. They always hit, they always crit. And the elite one has 208% accuracy. Is that even legal? Because I don't feel like it is.
You will soon embrace your new existence.
We kind of have to kill her now. I'm really bad. This isn't enough. So I need... Okay, I need one of the Dompiers to shoot her, and then we start working on the other one. So Israfel, do this. Now she should be dead. I'm not counting it, because I'm just hoping. Red Sonja begins this. Okay. 82... She's not dead. But this should be enough. I hope. I really hope. Thank you. We need to reposition here.
Savor these last few heartbeats.
The Horned one, we're going to be testing the power of your stack of bones. That was not what I wanted to see. I did this because I need Israfel to fall back. I'm pretty sure I kill her before this goes off. So I'm not that afraid.
Take everything from those you defended.
That should be enough. $52. Now let's make sure. When in doubt, do more damage. Just more damage. The sack of bones coming in hot to save the Horned one. The sack of bones is really what makes
leave a mark.
the bone golem the tanky boy. But you really need a second multiplier. Like, that's what really puts him over the top as the maximum, the king of tanking damage, is when you can multiply the stack of bones. Alright, you should be dead then. You look dead to me. Alright. So now we poke the warden. Should have done this first. that's fine.
Madness manifest.
Now we just poke the warden.
Good, good. More materials. I didn't think it would be this easy.
It's kind of mind-boggling to me that the Baron just does so much damage that even with 37 armor, that's still 46 damage. Whereas our Dompiers are ignoring armor.
Ooh, hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
That's kind of nut. Ow. Kind of nuts. Oh, you can't do this from here. Awkward.
Strength through pain.
I should be able to... It's going to be close. I want to scythe him, but I don't think it's enough. I really want to get the kill with the scythe. Yep. That's why I delayed. But now I can't kill with the scythe. Good job, me.
Death predestined.
It's like I partially thought that through. Just partially. Alright, now we heal with the scythe. Alright, well we actually killed a warden for once. Feels good. That was terrifying.
Suffering ends, your service begins.
Oh, and the game gives me the wizard bones. It's like, would you like to never have to do that again? Here you go. The wizard bones reduces magic damage received by 50%, but increases physical damage received by 25%. This is super frisky. This game has primarily physical damage, but the magic damage that exists is very terrifying. And especially since the Blade Mistresses who do only magic damage ignore resistance. Just for that extra moment of horrifying realization that you can't do anything against them.
But it will do.
Well, I suppose you can just kill them. Which has worked out so far for us. We're going to pick up the Luck Potion. Minions receive +6 luck. Does not work on summon minions. This is just a permanent stat increase, and I'm kind of surprised I waited this long to pick it up.
Through transformation, the will becomes free.
But here we are. Next time will be Calcination Mastery, so that we can have another passive bonus just like the Distillation. And we'll begin our combat with the Warden, Elite Golden Golem, and 2 Spell Thieves. We'll be putting on the... brain thing.
It embellishes my undead features. No?
The Archmage's Pendant for more mana. 535. Our collection of stuff grows. So is this the one that is immune to stuff? The Golden Golem. Immune to stress attacks and ignition. Does not escape. Yep. She also has a whopping 55 resistance, but no armor. The pain. Just everything is here to counter our builds. That's it. That's why it exists. We were cruising along. Nothing could stop us. Everything was just falling before our monstrosities. And then the Catacombs. That's kind of how it happens, too. How greedy am I? Pretty greedy.
Hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
The Horned One will be fine. He has a stack of bones, you know? I can reap that. I'm gonna scythe you. You're gonna get scythed, bro. As for what you two are going to do, that is a good question. Oop.
Terror will overflow.
Yeah, that wasn't a whole lot of damage. I knew he was going to do that. Do I roll the 40%? Failed. And I can't roll it again. Oh well. I'll just burn him to death. It's fine. I really wanted the healing, though. But hey, a dead enemy is a dead enemy. I have no idea what I'm going to do about you. Like, not even a little bit of an idea.
Madness manifest.
But this is a start. I guess I'm just gonna try and kill you with scything? Does this do damage? Yeah, but not much. I don't know, team. This one's pretty sketch. I don't know how I'm gonna kill this golem. Ow.
Extinction of life.
Like, do I just shoot it until I can do this and then off with its head sort of thing? Okay, that works, I guess. I'll take it. Now, as for the warden. As for the warden. We find ourselves in a similar situation. I put the trap down so that he would have no initiative. And Israfel still somehow wound up in a terrible position. But hey, he's leaving. Yay? Question mark?
My kingdom comes.
Bye. You know, I think more enemies have fled in this episode than in the past 4 series combined. I think so, yeah. That sounds about right. Israfel, my dear angel of song. Is it time to finally increase your attack? Is that what we're being told here? I don't know, but I did it anyway. No, mummy, I don't need you. Coward's foot. Please. Boo. So the second brain, at the start of each round, the minion receives 3 attack and 3 dread until the end of combat. Cannot stack more than 5 times. I don't like the second brain, but I guess it's okay early on. Meh. The Alchemist's Hand, whenever Iratus uses a potion, this minion restores 10% vigor. I don't like this item either. Never used it, but you can only use 1 potion per round, unless you have the Science Mantle, in which you can use 2 potions per round, which is still only 20% vigor, and that's 6 parts down the drain. I think there are better ways of healing. Or the Wizard's Bone, which we saw last time, reduces magic damage received by 50%, but increases physical damage received by 25%.
All for my future kingdom.
I picked it up because why not, really? Why not? We have a fun combat ahead of us.
Ah, the smell of successful alchemy.
I mean, ignoring the fact that there's another elite golden golem, we also have a spell thief, shadow elf, and stormcaller. Wow. We use a skull torch because why not? Really. A warding pendant could go a long way here, but I think we'll just calcinate once and keep on the Archmage's pendant. Because I expect the spell thief to steal some of our mana. You know, to do spell thief things. Shocker, right? Oh, you have fire block, my boy. That's fine. This is why I need Finger of Death, by the way. Not that I have the mana to use it, but... Okay, so the Shadow Elf. Hi. Recovers vigor equal to 25% of the damage dealt. He can also give this buff to friendlies, so he's actually kind of sort of really annoying. And he does lots of group damage with a laser beam. Bzz. And speaking of bzz, we have the Stormcaller, who has a ridiculous amount of damage at 93 to 97. He has 169% accuracy, nice, and 69% luck, nice. But remember our good friend the Bounty Hunter. He has a similar thing. Abilities apply above the Stormcaller, increasing his initiative by 3. When 3 charges are accumulated, he uses special ability and loses all charges. You may, or may not, recall that when we fought the Bounty Hunter, I said something very specific. And that was, under no circumstances should you allow the Stormcaller or anyone that has a charge system to reach their maximum charges, which in this case is 3. So, as per my recommendation, under no circumstance are we going to allow this to reach 3. None. Also, this mark is very dangerous. Be incredibly cautious. This is a mark the Stormcaller applies. It's very similar to the mark that the Blood Phantasm applies, and that is basically a counterattack for magical damage. And as you can see, that's 116 to 121 damage.
Carve open their husks.
It is not small. Also, look at this, 23 damage. As long as we can continue that, we're in pretty good shape. That's a stun, right? I think that's a stun. Alright, you should be dead. It also apparently purges debuffs. That's great. 230. You are not dead. Great.
End of magic.
Just go ahead and do that right quick. And now you're dead.
Make them suffer.
No reaping allowed, unfortunately. The next target is the Shadow Elf, because of that. Yeah, bro, I don't know about this one. I'm not in the mood to be shot repeatedly.
Make them suffer.
This is still 23, though. Nailed it. We're going to take some damage here, but I don't really have much of a choice, I'm afraid. Yeah. Didn't have a choice.
Take everything from those you defended.
230 plus... Oh, it's like right there. My brain can't quick math it, though. I'm pretty sure I need to shoot him one more time, so I'm going to do that. And now we kill the Spell Thief, the little rodent.
Being born was your first mistake. Opposing me? Your last.
I'm going to reap this for some health. I don't know what to do about this, though. No. No initiative for you. Goodbye. You know, I'm going to...
Death predestined.
Beach safe. Make sure you get the kill. The kill's important.
This will be your end.
I love the healing. The healing is so good. I don't know why I did that. Yeah. That is an insane debuff. Just not gonna move. 18 times 3 is still probably more than 1 Q. The thing with the Q is that it ignores armor, right? So... Ow. Please kill her.
Let them weep.
Nah. We got close. We'll let Red Sonja have the kill on this annoying thing. This nuisance. Okay, that was something.
You know, if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead of schedule.
The Amulet of Perfection. Minions made up of 4 uncommon parts or banter gain additional 20 vigor during battle. It says more, but that is just a weird phrase that breaks my brain every time I read it. So this is basically the Pendant of Might, but twice as good, with a conditional. And it's not a bad conditional, especially now that you can just upgrade, like go through and spend Digger Souls and upgrade all of this. So I like it a lot. It's a very defensive item, which means we probably won't use it unless I'm scared. But anyway, more attack. More attack. And we breached 600 Digger Souls. Did you ever think... Well, who am I to say no to fate? You know, the entire point of this series is me telling fate to fuck off. But it's right there. So next time, we'll begin with a new Fallen Dhampir, with some Ashes of the Burning Witch and Hero's Blood shenanigans. 600 Digger Souls are going to be pumped into you, and I need a name for her. This is the skin we'll use because it's the only other one that's not used yet. It also looks really good. I've always loved the Fallen Dhampir's aesthetic, so feel free to let me know if you have a name for the Fallen Dhampir. If not, I'll come up with one myself. I am sometimes creative. And she will be our front line? We're going to make the arena. It's only 25 Digger Souls.
Bones, bones, bones. Just so uninspired, you know.
So the arena I don't like. I've never really liked it, but now I feel like it's fallen under the new experience growth path. But we're going to be putting whoever we aren't using here. So either the Horned One or the Good Baron will be in the arena whenever we don't feel like they're needed.
While this place is intended to be a training ground for my minions, the fights themselves have proven to be a rather entertaining time waster.
So let me know if you have any names for our third and final Fallen Dhampir. And I'll pick one, I guess. And next time we'll begin with a Warden, Spell Thief, Elite Failed Experiment, and Elite Blade Mistress Combat. Oh, what a joy! I can't wait. Bye-bye!